What's up?
Hi.
Tyler, Keith, plugged on here with the review of the new album from the band Body Count entitled Bloodlust. It's their sixth album, follow-up to 2014's Manslaughter, which was a pretty fun album to listen to. Yeah, if you don't know Body Count, they're kind of like a rap metal band, you could say, fronted by Ice-T. And they're a lot of fun to listen to.
They really are. This album's no exception to their thing. With what Tyler said about the last album being a lot of fun. Like, I feel like this album's just as fun.
Yeah.
I feel like they maybe take themselves a little bit... Not that they don't take themselves seriously, but like a little bit more seriously on this album. Because there's songs like This Is Why We Ride, which is, you know, like an anthem to, like, you know, gang life and, like, you know, people dying from, like, you know, getting street violence and stuff like that. And it's like, oh. And it's, like, weirdly melodic at the same time. It's like, wow. And then there's that other song that's, I don't know what to think about. God, Please Believe Me, which is only, like, a minute and a half. And it's just kind of, like, that song's just kind of there. Like, it's just really, like, acoustic guitar and him just, and Ice-T just talking. But, yeah, if you liked, I mean, because again, if you listen to Manslaughter or really anything else by these guys and you like that album, you'll like this album. It's basically a lot of the same kind of stuff. Because they put out, I know for a fact they put out Ski Mask Way and No Lives Matter. I think Black Hoodie. I think those were 3 songs because I know I heard those 3 songs prior to this album coming out. And like, to me, again, this album and this band is fun. But you just can't kind of take them too terribly seriously. Like with songs like All Love Is Lost, which is like, you know, just about somebody stabbing you in the back, but like it's Ice-T, you know, just saying fuck every other word, and it's just kind of like this thing. It kind of brings it down a little bit. Like other songs kind of like that, or like Civil War, kind of like, oh, this song's a little weird, and then Black Hoodie is another song. But then, like, when this album is good, this album is great, I think. Like, so the Ski Mask Way is a fun song to listen to. Walk With Me is a cool song, has Randy Blythe in it for, like, the intro and during the chorus. Probably my favorite song. Actually, it's kind of a tie for my favorite song between No Lives Matter and Bloodlust. I just like a lot of the riffs in those songs are really cool, and it's like, and I mean, Tyler summed it up really nicely. They're like a rap metal band, you know. It's basically Ice-T rapping about what he would as a rapper, just with metal in the background. And it's actually interesting because, you know, he actually did some of this shit. Like, Ice-T used to be like, he used to hold up jewelry stores. Like, that's 100% a fact. Like, that happened. So it's like when he talks about the Ski Mask Way, it's like he's not just talking shit. It's like, you know, that shit happened.
Talking shit.
Well, he needs to get
shot.
Damn it. But like, yeah, this album's just like, yeah, this album's really fun. Like, I think production wise, it sounds really good. Like, it's heavy and it's just an album you just kind of sit there. Like, I was listening to it on my drive over here, and I'm just kind of like, you just can't help but like move and like bob your head to all this stuff. And like, there's a couple surprising things. Like, they do a fucking cover of Raining Blood and Postmortem by Slayer on this album, which on paper, when I saw it in the track listing, I'm like, but it's not bad actually. I mean, maybe vocally it suffers a little bit just because it's like, it's Ice-T and then whoever does the vocals for when they do the end of Postmortem, but like musically it's really good. And that's kind of like the whole thing with like everything on this album. Musically, it's really good. There's a lot of social commentary in this album. Again, with stuff like, again, No Lives Matter is obviously in reference to all that stuff. And the Civil War is kind of, it also is a little bit about that. Like, there's just a lot about like racism and police brutality and stuff like that. It's like, it's kind of like a common theme, but it's not as like overt, or it's different to me than like, say, Havok's album. Where Havok's album is incredibly on the nose, and it's like, this is like, yeah, this is stuff to talk about, but it's done in like, this is gonna sound really weird in more artsy way, even though it's rap and it's Ice-T singing about shooting cops. But you know what I mean?
It just feels more real.
It's
just kind of almost like just a dude talking to you.
And at times there's a lot of that in this album. he just talks about shit. Like there's like 3 or 4 songs where the intro is Ice-T just talking about something. But yeah, like I said, Bloodlust, No Lives Matter are really cool. And like I said, the album gets surprisingly melodic and very well crafted at spots. Like, again, the most surprising song is This Is Why We Ride, because it's like, it's honestly almost like a beautiful song in some ways, which is weird to say about this because it's just cool, and with like the acoustic guitars and it's just harmonizations and things like that. This album surprised me. It's not the best album ever, but it's just a fun listen to, which I think is, when it comes down to it, that's all that matters. So yeah.
Yeah, I think as a whole, I honestly enjoy this one a lot more than the last one.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's a lot more songs on here that I think are really cool. Civil War is cool, and Civil War, the first thing you hear with this album is Dave Mustaine doing Dave Mustaine things of talking. He does a lot of that in Megadeth and stuff, and I thought it fit really well for what that song was going for. And Civil War is a pretty interesting song, very interesting song lyrically. I mean, Ice-T, like, he's not like rapping, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but there's, it's like, cool.
It's like old school,
right?
It's like,
yes, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. And I very much like a lot of the lyrics on here, in that they are just very real, and they're not just super in your face. And some of the things, look, I'm not going to be able to relate to some of these things. I'm a fucking normal white dude. I'm not rolling around in gangs and holding up jewelry stores and stuff. But it's very interesting to listen to me. I feel the Ski Mask Way is kind of this album's Talk Shit Get Shot.
It very much is. Like, even structure.
It kind of follows the same pattern stuff. That song is just extremely catchy. This Is Why We Ride. That song is probably the song that surprised me the most because of its pace, and then it's a lot more melodic. And like you said, it's a little bit more of a beautiful song. It's a very cool song. It's a lot more laid back and all kinds of stuff. I honestly would have liked to see that song placed down in the album a little bit more, just because I feel like that song could really break up everything a lot better. But I guess that's what God Please Believe in Me is, and blah blah blah. All Love Is Lost is interesting with Max Cavalera on vocals. That as a guest vocal on there. That song is cool too. Their cover of Rain and Blood, I do enjoy. I don't like it as much as their cover of Institutionalized by Suicidal Tendencies on their last album, because they kind of took that song and made it their own. And I'll be honest with you, I like that version of that song way better than Suicidal Tendencies. But that's just me. You can fight me. Sorry. But I think this is a solid cover for sure. And then I agree, No Lives Matter, title track, very cool songs. I just think from start to finish, like, this is a really fun album to listen to. It's got a lot of interesting things. And they're not a gimmicky band because they have Ice-T and they're, singing about that type of stuff, and, he's, bringing more of a hip-hop and rap angle to this. Like, musically, they are a good band, and there's some neat solos on here. There's some neat fucking riffs and melodies that are going on. Like, they really do put it together, and then the vocals just kind of take it to another level and really make it their own type of thing. And I really like this album, and I like it a lot more than the last album for sure. The last album I listened to when it came out. I listened to it for a while, and then I just kind of fell off of it.
And there's only 3 songs that I remember.
Yeah, and I really haven't went back to it. But this album I can honestly see myself sticking with a lot more than the last one. Because I enjoy pretty much just about every song on here. I think with Walk With Me with Randy Blythe and Here I Go Again, dips a little bit. Those two don't stand out to me as much as the other ones, but it's solid for sure. I like it. Anything else? Scores?
I'll give it an 8. Give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah. 8.5 out of 10 for me. I like it. Check out Bloodlust by Body Count. Let us know what you think. See you guys later.